Okay, we're going to go over Chapter 5 in Intro to Criminal Justice, getting ready for the final exam that's going to be here in a couple weeks. Question number 1. Which of the following statements is true about frontier law enforcement? The correct answer is vigilantism. Vigilantism was the only way that frontier people could maintain order and defend themselves against renegades and thugs. And I think vigilantes, they act without legal authority, and they're looking to provide, or they look to provide justice. And there are still vigilantes out there. Sometimes we regard them as heroes, and sometimes we don't. They seem to step outside the bounds of the law, seeking justice. These questions, I wanted to say that most of these in Chapter 5 are simply definitions and knowing the term in the reading. So we're going to move through this really quickly. And especially since we need to move through to get all the chapters reviewed before the final to give you time to listen to this. Question 2, which of the following statements regarding the first black police officers is true? The correct answer is the early black police officers were responsible for catching runaway slaves. Question number 3, the position of the U.S. Marshal was created by the Judiciary Act. Question number 4, determining neighborhood reactions to a proposed liquor license in a community is an example of which of the following local police duties. Some of these are so simple you don't want to overthink them. And again, it's just a definition, but it's simply information gathering. So part of a job for or one of the really informal duties for police officers is to gather information. Question number 5. The majority of law enforcement agencies fall into which level? The correct answer is local law enforcement. So you've got federal law enforcement agencies like the FBI. You've got state law enforcement agencies like the Highway Patrol. You've got county law enforcement, for example, the Sheriff's Department. And then the biggest majority of law enforcement fall into local law enforcement, which is municipalities and cities. Question number 6, which of the following is the main research and development agency within the Department of Homeland Security? And that answer is Science and Technology Directorate. Question number 7, which of the following statements about private security in the U.S. is true? The correct answer is private security officers are not bound by many of the constitutional limitations placed on the public police. And the reason why is that the Constitution protects citizens against the government. And in a sense, private security officers aren't the government when police officers are. Private security officers simply is a company. They work for a company that is not bound by the Constitution. Question number 8, with what level of government are sheriffs associated? We just talked about that. Sheriffs are associated with the county, at a county level. The next question, under the constable watch system of the law enforcement in England, male citizens had to join the hue and cry, which in essence is kind of a draft. In a sense, it's a draft to make male citizens be a part of the law enforcement agency, or at least part of protecting the community. Question number 10, blank refers to protective services that a private security firm provides to people, agencies, and companies that do not employ their own security personnel or that need extra protection. That's going to be contract security. Contract security. Question number 11, identify a true statement about the United States Secret Service. This is one that a lot of people don't know. Many people, you associate the Secret Service with simply protecting the president. I think we think about that as an initial thought. But it's also in one of its biggest missions, is probably the one that keeps it the most busy, is providing the integrity for the U.S. economy. So any type financial fraud, banking fraud, it goes through the United States Secret Service. Question number 12, and the last question. Blank is the right or authority of a justice agency to act in regard to a particular subject matter, territory, or person, and that's simply jurisdiction. We talk about jurisdiction a lot. But jurisdiction's if you think about it in any sense, it's just the authority to act in an area or a type of, even a court jurisdiction, so the type of crime, or the authority to be in an area, or the authority to take action. So that one's jurisdiction. And that's it. That's Chapter 5. We'll do Chapter 6 soon. Thank you.